Superman news. This is all the news that I have for the upcoming movie Superman Man of Steel, due Christmas 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there's a new Superman movie coming out. It's not a sequel to Superman Returns. If you're thinking that if they were going to do a sequel, they'd have done it right afterwards. But as Superman Returns did not do half as well in the box office as they thought it did, that they just scrapped that whole idea, so now they're just starting all over. It's not a remake. It's not a remake. They made it very clear it's not a remake, and that Zack Snyder, the director, Zack Snyder, who you may know as who's responsible for Dawn of the Dead, 300, Watchmen, the new movie Sucker Punch that just came out recently, he has said that it's not a remake, and it's not going to be directly affiliated with any comic book that is out. So I'm guessing they're just coming up with a story and doing whatever they want, which sounds pretty awesome to me. Zack Snyder, I got no problem. You do what you got to do. Also, producing the movie is Christopher Nolan, who is producers of Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. So, that sounds like a pretty good duo to me. Right? Right, yeah. So, alright, time for the cast. The cast. Who do we have for the cast? Playing the lead, the hero, the man, Clark Kent, Superman. It's going to be Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is also starring in the new movie Immortals, which will be coming out later this year. And his partner in crime, well, in heroism, his partner in... Anyway, Lois Lane will be played by Amy Adams. This should be interesting, as Amy Adams is a redhead, so seeing her with their hair dyed darker should be pretty interesting. Yeah, I hope she's got that Lois Lane oomph, you know what I mean? I hope she's got that. I'm looking for that, you know what I mean? She's a good looking girl, so she's just got to bring it. She's going to be playing Lois Lane. You may recognize her from movies like The Fighter, which just came out recently, Leap Year, which she did before. Alright, and playing the biological father of Superman, Jor-El. This was just announced recently. None other than Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe. That is a perfect choice. I couldn't even think of anybody better to play Jor-El than Russell Crowe. Really, like I couldn't. As soon as I found that out, I was like, "That's perfect." Why didn't I think of that before? Like, why wasn't that like the first person who was cast? Russell Crowe, Jor-El. Anyway, that's gonna be awesome. Russell Crowe with his voice, Jor-El. I just mean that's just perfect. Now, Clark Kent's Earth Father, Jonathan Kent, will be played by Kevin Costner, which is also a very awesome choice. He's got Jonathan Kent written all over his face. You know Kevin Costner from Dances with Wolves, Waterworld. He hasn't been in anything in a while that I've seen, so this is going to be pretty interesting. He's making a little bit of a comeback for himself. His wife, Martha Kent, will be played by Diane Lane, which is also a good choice. I see a lot of Martha Kent in her face. A lot of Martha Kent in her face. She was in movies like The Perfect Storm, Unfaithful, Untraceable. She even had a little part in the movie Jumper. Now the bad guy, the villain of the story, General Zod. Everybody's second favorite Kryptonian. Yeah, so anyway, General Zod will be played by Michael Shannon. Now when you look at this guy's face, just look at it and then say Zod. And it'll hit you. It might take you a while and you'd be like, oh, well, I gotta see, maybe, but no. You look at that and you're just like, okay, if you've seen him in any movies, he's a creepy guy.
You give this envelope to Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith is expecting you no later than noon local time. You will not be late.
What's in here, man?
You will not look in that envelope under any circumstances. Understood?
I can't hear you.
Understood!
Oh, yeah.
Should you run into any problems, you can reach Mr. Smith at this phone number.
You know, and he never plays the, hey, how's it going? No. He's not that guy. It's going to be pretty cool. pretty awesome. His wife, in the movie Faora, which is a Kryptonian soldier, yeah, like I said, General Zod's wife, will be played by, now forgive me if I'm pronouncing this name wrong, but Antej Treyu. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that is her. And you may recognize her as the female lead in Pandorum, movie that came out in 2009. So that's, I like that. I like that a lot. And that's the cast list as of right now. Like I said, the movie's still in production due Christmas of next year, not this year. So they've still got a lot going on with that. They are filming this. They're filming the movie in Chicago, Illinois. They were going to film it in Canada, but I guess there was not enough military presence or something along those lines. So they missed their chance. Canada, poor Canada. Canada's where they filmed the hit show Smallville. So that would have been interesting, but I guess not. Alright, what other news they have? There's some Superman Man of Steel posters, movie posters going around here, and fan-made obviously, but they're pretty cool. I'll show you some of them right now. These are, I'm not mad at these. These are cool. These are cool. Very cool. Very cool. There was a rumor going around a lot that the plot for the movie would be very similar to the plot to Superman Birthright comic book, which starts off with Clark Kent as the news reporter before he becomes Superman. He's a news reporter, and he's in Africa doing reporting, and he's in Africa doing reporting, and he saves a tribe using his awesome Superman powers, and then he goes back to Smallville to find out who he really is and become the man he's destined to be. Yeah, so there's rumors that will be the kind of the So there's rumors that will be similar, not the entire plot, but part of it, what they're going to be doing in this. But Zack Snyder has been quoted saying, as I already explained, the film would be focused on the early days of Superman. It will not have links to the other films. This will not be a remake. Again, even though I can't talk about the story, I can assure you that this new Superman will not be based on any particular comic book. So that must mean that nullifies that rumor, right? You would think so, right? But you don't know, because they like to mess with you. They like to tell you one thing and then do something else. That's what they like to do. They're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. It's crazy. I'm telling you, we're not doing that. And then they do it. Then they do it. They do it in like some kind of twist. They're like, well, we didn't technically do that, so haha. No, they like to do that. So, this concludes the video, because I don't have any... So this concludes the video because I don't have any more information. But when I do get it, I will post it and you will know. So stay tuned.